Warm welcome to CA Raja classes and thank you so much for joining this mini and micro webinar. Before we get into the discussion, let me just take a couple of minutes to introduce myself. I am CA N Raja, a chartered accountant by qualification, a teacher and trainer by passion, and teacher for 3 lakh plus students worldwide. I started my career as a banker with State Bank of India. Then after a period of 4 years, I got into CA practice. I had my practice for 7.5 years. But I realized my calling is teaching. I started focusing on teaching and training, and today, with the blessings of God, we have 3 lakh plus students worldwide. So now it's time for us to get into the session.
In this session, to help you to understand liquidity even more better, I'm going to draw a balance sheet of a company. While I do this exercise, I need your support. I will write the items on the left hand side and right hand side. You just have to help me label them. You just have to help me label them under an appropriate category. Okay. So what is that? Let's see. See here on the left hand side of the balance sheet, basically what you will have the sources of funds. That is from where the money is coming into the business. Let's say, for example, I'll put the label here, category here. You have to tell me whether they are coming from short-term source or long-term source. Short-term source means those money are repayable within 1 year. Long-term source means those money are repayable after 1 year. Okay. So this is the categorization. Now, if I write trade credit 10 crore, how will you categorize this? Is it short-term or long-term? Is it short-term source or long-term source? Okay, so majority of you are saying it is short-term source, and that is correct. Okay, so we will also mark it. Then let's say this business is raising a capital. Capital is also another 10 crore. So how will you classify this? Capital coming from owners. Is it short-term or long-term? It is basically a long-term source. This is basically a long-term source that is around 10 crore. Okay. And then this business is also raising cash credit from bank. Cash credit from bank. Let's say that is around 15 crore. 15 crore. Is it short term or long term? Raising cash credit from bank. This is short term source. Good. This business is raising term loan. Term loan from bank. 25 crore. Term loan from bank 25 crore. Short term or long term? Term loan. Name itself says term. So it is long term in nature. It is long term. So I'll say long term source. This business is also retaining profits year after year, and they call it as reserves and surplus. They are calling it as reserves and surplus. Is it short term or long term? Let's say the amount is around 15 crore. This is supposed to be a long term source, supposed to be a long term source. So now if you see, this business has 5 different sources. If you total them, it will be like 75 crore. But this 75 crore has come from 2 compartments or 2 categories. What are those 2 categories? Category 1 is like from long-term source, okay? And category 2 is short-term source. Category 2 is short-term source, okay? So the funds have come only from 2 sources. One is long-term source, the other one is short-term source. Now let us look at the uses also. You have to tell me whether the uses are short-term use or long-term use. Short-term use means basically current asset. Okay. What is current asset? You can convert into cash within a period of 1 year. Long-term use means non-current asset. It means it will take more than 1 year. It will take more than 1 year for conversion back as cash. Okay. Now I'll write the items. You have to tell me whether it is short-term or long-term. Let's say I'm putting money in inventory. I'm putting money in inventory. 15 crore. Is it short-term use or long-term use? Rupan, I'm putting money in inventory. I sell the inventory, I convert it as cash, I get money, let's say in 60 days, 90 days, 100 days, something like that. So is it short-term use or long-term use? Everyone think and answer. Rupan, mainly, I'm putting money in buying inventory or producing inventory. I'm selling it in the market. I'm converting it into cash and I'm getting cash. Let's say if I put money today, after all the process, I get the money in another, let's say 90 days. Then it should be seen as short-term use. Okay. Balwinder Singh, it should be seen as short-term use. Okay. Then look, I'm also investing money in land, which is around 5 crore. I don't have any idea to sell the land. I'm going to use the land in the business for a longer period. So how you will look at it? It is a long-term use. It is a long-term use. I'm also giving credit to the customers. I call them as debtors. I call them as debtors. That is around 25 crore. They will pay me in 90 to 120 days. They'll pay me in 90 to 120 days. So is it short term or long term? It is short term use. Okay. Then I'm also putting money in building, constructing building for the factory. Let's say that is around 10 crore. Short term or long term, I don't have any intention to sell the building. I'll be using the building for a longer period. So it is a long term use. And I'm also putting money in plant and machinery. Okay. Let's say that is around 20 crore. I'll be using the machinery for a longer and longer period. So we call it as what? Long term use. So now if you see here also, you can categorize the users into two types. One is short term use and long term use. Look at here. This is short term use, right? And you can also see there is also a long-term use. Look, this is long-term use. See, now things have become very simple. What used to be a mix of numbers, a complex numbers, now has got reduced into a simple size. And let me write the total over here. Here also the total is 75 crore. So if you see, this balance sheet has only four components. This balance sheet has only four components. What are the components? It has long-term source. How much? 10 plus 15 plus 25, 50 crore. It has short-term source, 10 plus 15, 25 crore. It means they have mobilized total funds of 75 crore, right? Then go and have a look at their usage side. They have long-term use. How much? 5 plus 10 plus 20. That is 35 crore. Am I correct? Their long-term use is 35 crore. And look at their short-term use. This is 15 plus 25. What is their short-term use? 15 plus 25, it is 40 crore. So what is your total usage? 75 crore. Very simple. So this business has raised long-term source of 50 crore. Their long-term use is 35 crore. They've raised a short-term source of 25 crore. Their short-term use is 40 crore. Okay. It means now you literally get the pulse of how the funds have come into this business and where that has been used. This business has overall mobilized 75 crore funds. Of that, 50 has come from long term, 25 has come from short term. And these funds have been used for long term use, 35 crore, and short term use, 40 crore. But why this analysis is important? Why this analysis have to be done? See, this analysis will communicate the financial management practices of the business, how they are managing the finance. See, banks, financial institution, what is the product they are selling? What is the product they are selling? Can you tell me? What is the product they are selling? Are they giving any tangible goods? Are they giving any services? No, they are selling only one product. What is that product? They are selling money. They are giving you money. Okay, they are not giving you any other product. They are giving you money. So what they are giving? They are giving you finance. Am I correct? They are giving you money. It means they are giving you finance. So they are interested in knowing whether you are capable of managing this finance or not. So banks and financial institution, the basic product what they are selling is money. So they want to ensure they are giving it to the people who are capable of managing that money, capable of managing that finance. So are they doing good financial management or bad financial management? So banks and financial institutions are obsessed with this. They will give money only to those who have good financial management practices. They'll not be interested in giving money to those who have bad financial management practices. Okay. But how do they come to know whether a business is having good financial management or bad financial management practice? Just by compressing their balance sheet into the simple compartment, into simple box. This simple box will tell them whether they are following good financial management or bad financial management practice. And if you develop this skill, if you develop this skill, you can also just have a glance at a balance sheet, and you can come to a conclusion whether they are having good financial management or bad financial management. Good financial management means, yes, they deserve banks' money. Bad financial management means they don't deserve banks' money. Okay. So how many of you want to learn this? How many of you want to learn this financial management practices, whether it is good or bad? See, the financial management practices can be classified into good and bad. What is good financial management practice? In business, you can raise funds from long-term source and you can use it for long-term use. Okay. I think they did that. They raised funds from long-term source. They used it for long-term use. Okay, so they did that. The good financial management practices also says they can raise funds from short-term source and they can use it for short-term use. And if you go and see here also, you can see, yes, they raised 25 crore. It seems they have used entire 25 crore plus something more also. So this is also complied. This is also complied. Then the good financial management practices also says a business can raise funds from long-term sources and use it for short-term uses with prior approval. With prior approval. That is, they can raise long-term source and use it for short-term use with prior approval. And if that is done, it is not only good, it is considered as best. It is considered as best. Let's see whether they have done that. Here, if you see, let me just copy this page, or let me just copy this alone. So here, if you see, this business has raised 50 crore. They have used only 35 crore. Long term, what they raised is 50. What they have spent is only 35. It means still there is a surplus of 15 crore. Okay. And where the surplus is used, can you guess where the surplus is used? They mobilized 50 crore. They spent only 35 crore. They had surplus of 15 crore. Where this surplus has been used? Look at this balance sheet, you will get an answer. Yes, look at this. Short term, what they have spent is 40 crore. The corresponding short term source is only 25 crore. Okay. Let me try to put that even more better. See, look at here. They have spent 40 crore on short term use. Okay. And if you look at the source for this 40 crore, the short term source is 25 crore. Okay. It means obviously the remaining funds have come from some other source. Which source is that? Let's try to find out. Which source is that? Let's try to find out. If you look at their long-term source, it is 50 crore. What is the long-term use? Their long-term use is 35 crore. It means they still have a surplus. Okay. So that long-term surplus, how much? That long-term surplus is 15 crore. And it is this surplus, follow me closely, it is this surplus of 15 crore from long-term source has flowed for building this short-term use of 40 crore. Are you all getting this picture? This 40 crore investment was made possible because they had short-term source of 25 crore and 15 crore, which is nothing but the long-term surplus. How? They raised a long-term source of 50. What they spent for long-term use is only 35. They had a surplus of 15. That 15 plus this short-term 25 only enabled them to invest in short-term use 40 crore. So in this case, they mobilized long-term source, okay, which is sitting as long-term surplus, and they used it for short-term use. Yes, it is used for short-term use. And if this is done with the approval, okay, let's say whoever have given this 50 crore, they have given their approval. They say that yes, it can be used for short-term use. There is an approval. Prior permission is available. Then it is not only good, I would say it is a best financial management practice. Why I am calling this as best financial management practice? There is a reason. There is a reason, and you will be surprised. You will be surprised with that. Why it is the best.
Thank you for watching this webinar. I am sure you have derived value from this webinar. And if you wish to learn more, I have some good opportunity for you. What is that? Check out.
It is this Credit and Financial Analysis Mastery course exclusively designed for bankers and for those who want to have bankers' point of view. This is a course which we have developed after a detailed analysis, a thorough discussion with several hundreds of bankers and finance professionals. We have identified what is their exact requirement when it comes to SME and corporate credit and financial analysis. In this mastery bundle, I'm going to give you access to various courses. To start with, we have course number 1, Basics of Credit Analysis. In this course, we have explained the basics of credit analysis through various sections, section 1 to 9. Next comes course number 2, that is how to read balance sheet. In this course, we have explained what is balance sheet, how to read them, how to approach them by using real life financial statements. Then comes course number 3, how to do financial ratio analysis like a banker. In this course, we have explained all critical ratios that are analyzed by the bankers, and we have also explained through case studies. Then we have course number 4, how to do cash flow analysis. So through this course you will understand what is cash flow analysis, how to do a typical cash flow analysis. We have used case studies, and reference to Ind AS is also included in this course. Then we have course number 5, that is how to do fund flow analysis. This is a critical financial analysis tool, and in this course you will learn what is fund flow statement, how to analyze them from banker's angle, how to prepare fund flow statement from academic angle as well. So overall 5 courses, each 1499. So aggregate price should be 7495, but you are not going to pay that. For you it's just rupees 2499 for 1 year access, or rupees 4999 for lifetime access. And it is not yet over, you have some more bonus. Bonus is course number 6, how to carry out credit risk rating for non-trading entities. These are all the topics covered in this course. Then course number 7, it is how to carry out credit risk rating for trading entities. Not yet over, you also have access to course number 8, that is how to prepare CMA report for bank loans. It's a comprehensive course which will run for 8 plus 5 hours, and you will learn entire CMA report preparation process. And course number 9, how to prepare cash budget for bank loans. Course number 10, how to assess fund-based working capital. So in this course you will understand what is working capital, what are working capital credit facilities, and how to assess them, what are the key ratios that are related to working capital, and what are the additional key analysis that will be done by bankers on working capital matters. You will get a comprehensive understanding of cash credit, export finance, and there are certain on-demand videos as well. So 5 plus 5, 10 courses of value close to 15,000 rupees, but you are going to get it for 1 year access rupees 2499, lifetime access rupees 4999. Not yet over. You are going to get access to the 11th course, how to assess non-fund based credit facility. So in this course you will learn about letter of credit, bank guarantee, its assessment as well. Then comes course number 12, how to do term loan appraisal and assessment, because it's a complex process with a lot many technicalities. So this course covers all in detail. And course number 13, basic elements of loan proposal. So how a typical loan proposal will be, what are the basic elements that are covered in this course. And we have course number 14, case study on credit analysis. Various case studies based on practical experience and discussion with various bankers and finance professionals are included in this course. And course number 15, this is about collateral securities, where you get knowledge about collateral securities. So overall it's 15 courses of value close to 22,485. It's 1,000 plus lectures. You can subscribe for 1 year access or lifetime access as you wish. These are all pre-recorded courses, so you can access them anytime as per your convenience. You can access them in mobile app or desktop, and for you the price is not 22,485, it is rather 2,499 for 1 year access or 4,999 for lifetime access. You can check the link in description, where without using any discount coupon code you can enroll at this discounted price, because it's a discount applied link. And not yet over, you are also eligible for some more bonus. The bonus is access to various ebooks and e-resources. You are going to get access to various financial ratios ebooks, financial management related ebooks. You will get access to financial analysis related ebooks, credit analysis ebooks. Not yet over, you will also get access to other resources like test series, templates, audiobooks, video books, career guidance material, and a bonus resource. Check the link in description and enroll now.